Hi, and welcome to In My Mug Edition 7 on Monday the 17th of November 2008. And my name's Steve Layton and I'm going to be talking you through what's in my mug today. A couple of things I want to do before we get into it all is feedback. Please keep that coming. I'm hoping that these are improving as you know, we kind of get the feedback and we change, and I hope it's not changing the style too much, because I do want it to come across as just me talking to the camera, but I also take on board, you know, that we can do things a little better sometimes, so please keep that coming. iTunes, kind of keep going up and down that iTunes video cast chart. We dropped right down to about 16 and then we jumped back up to about 6. Please, you know, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and if you have subscribed, what I'd really like is for you to leave us a comment. There's an option on iTunes to leave comments. First 25 comments that get left, if you email me after you've left your comment with your address, I'm going to send you a bag free of the coffee that we're reviewing today. So please leave us some feedback, we'd really like that, and yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, let's get my mug on the screen. So the mug that I've got today there's no real story behind this mug apart from I think it's really pretty, and it's one that you know, I've got a set of, and yeah, it's a pretty little mug. So no real story today, but a very cool mug. So coffee I'm going to talk about today. Guatemalan El Bosque. The specific one we've got is the El Bosque Bourbon, which there's not a massive amount of. They do produce other varietals on the farm, which they produce more of, and it's what you see more commonly kind of around. But this is the Bourbon, and it's produced in Atitlan, which is a small, well, it's not so small anymore, but I'll get to that in a little while, but a small town about an hour's drive outside of Guatemala City, owned by the Flores brothers, who I was lucky enough to go out and meet in 2007 on my trips to Guatemala. And yeah, good times. So let's start with the green beans. Now, as you can see from this photo, very good quality green beans again. No brokens, no kind of pest or anything like that on there. Excellent quality green. Absolute joy to roast for any of you home roasters out there. It's one of those coffees that I find extremely easy to roast because it's just been processed so well and so uniformly dried, and definitely one to take a look at. So next we're going to look at the roasted, and as you can see, this is a medium to medium dark roast. No oil showing. I think if you took it too much further, then they would start to come through. This is where I think it's best at. I do like it to still have a lot of its flavours and acidity and not let the roast take over. So yeah, you can see from there. So some grinds, let's get my nose in there. Incredibly aromatic coffee. I mean, that's the first thing that really does jump out. Lots going on. Very sweet. You can almost smell like lemon rind, lime zest in there as well. Chocolate, cocoa, all the kind of things you know I'm going to expect to taste, funnily enough. And that's a great thing about the aromatics, they give you such a good precursor for what's to come in the cup. So many people just skip the smelling stage and go straight to the drinking stage. Well, I'm a big fan of the aromatics. First thing that I kind of got me really interested and involved in coffee was the obvious smell that it produces. So yeah, that's good. So let's dive into the cup. I've brewed it today using the French press method, and copying a technique that I've seen on a recent video that I'll pop a link to underneath here on In My Mug, which is done by James Hoffman. Big shout out to James, good friend, where he scoops the grinds off the top, and before he plunges, something that's been pioneered in the Nordic countries. And yeah, James has kind of thrown out there this week. There's been a bit of discussion on the boards about it, and which I think has been Really good, really exciting. I must admit, I do quite like it as a method. I think when you see it, it kind of makes sense. So yeah, well done, James. So yeah, French press brewed, and the initial taste on the front end that you get, incredibly sweet, and you think, oh, okay, this is another one of those, Brazil style of very sweet, very smooth, kind of, but it's not going to be a great deal else. But as it's going on the mid palate, it almost takes a massive left turn and shoots off to the left, where you get this real kind of bright, lemony, lime, very citrus, blood orange acidity. They kind of go, whoa, what's going on there? And that's just on the mid palate. As it gets towards the end, it takes another sharp right turn and goes back towards the sweet, balanced, smooth coffee that it starts off being, which is, a great compliment to this coffee, of its complexity. I think it's no surprise that this coffee turns up in espresso blends quite a lot. We saw it in Stephen Morris's blend from the guys at Square Mile again, and who won the World Barista Championship. He had the 100% bourbon in there from El Bosque, as did Lisbeth, who came third in the World Barista Championships also. So that really doesn't surprise me that this coffee turns up in those kind of blends. Very complex, lovely sweetness, a very, very interesting single estate espresso, and something that I would recommend that you do try. Yeah, really, really good. So we're going to give you a coupon code, as we always do for this one. If you're not the first 25 who get in there to get the free bag on the iTunes comments, coupon code coming up below with the valid until date. So yeah, please try this coffee if you haven't already. A fantastic farm, awesome coffee, and well worthy of a try. A few other things kind of want to just finish up on. Notice a change of scenery. I am going to try and move around the roastery a little bit more. This one behind us is the biggest of our roasters, our 25 kilo. Just showing you a photo there of our other roasters. We've got on the right a 2 kilo, on the middle a 15 kilo, and on the left you'll see our 15 kilo. These are all Ambex machines from America. Unfortunately, in August this year we had a fire in the roaster on the left, which left the machine written off and is no longer in use. So we've had to get a new roaster. Why am I telling you all this? God, I'm rambling. But on Friday this week I go to pick up our new roaster from Germany, and I'm hopefully going to be taking the video camera with me, hoping I can do a little bit of video blogging while I'm out there. Not sure if it's all going to go on in my mug or not, but I'll let you know where it's going to be and kind of what happens. We're going to the factory, they've got a museum, and hopefully take lots of photos as well that'll come up on the Flickr account. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Sorry about the sound issues on the last podcast. I'm hoping that it's resolved now. Can please somebody let me know that it is or it isn't. New mics, we're trying to get to grips with them, and a new camera. But on the whole, I think it was better quality than last time. So yeah, please let me know about that. Sorry about not putting the In My Mug Mini up this week, but I think the AeroPress is something that lots of people are quite interested in and really want to kind of see properly the technique that we use here. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it properly, and that should be going up in the next 2 weeks or so. So hopefully that'll be coming really soon. Some great feedback for ideas on the questions from the Mini, so also going to be doing lots of different things with those too, and I've got a great idea for one that's coming up, so keep your eyes open for that one. So I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, thank you ever so much for the time and effort that you kind of spend watching these and taking the time and effort to let us know what you think of them. Keep that feedback coming, and we'll talk to you really, really soon.